Yeah, and Corin as a character has been very interesting in this current meta. A character that not a lot of people had a lot of faith in, and then, you know, a couple years back, 1 or 2 years back at that Delfino Mazda, the Invitational Delfino Mazda, we saw Leo bring out the Corin and really do a lot of work with this character and even able to take a couple sets over Sonics as of recently on Wave Dash, using Corrin against Sonic, a character that is so strong right now. Yeah. Against Sonics, the strongest Sonic right now. So, and even Nao in Japan getting great results with the Corrin, and even Shadic as well, you know, having a lot of pop-off tournaments and getting into that top 32 echelon, top 16 echelon of these majors with Corrin. So we know Corrin has a place in the meta, and both these players are really pushing the boundaries of the character.
Yeah, the one that really speaks to me specifically for Shadic is his run at the Big House. That was like, everybody already kind of knew who Shadic was. He was the young prodigy from Texas. But the Big House, he managed to beat, I think it was Aaron first. And like, Aaron was like such at a loss of how to fight Shadic's Corrin. Eventually, he just stopped slightly short of top 8 thanks to, I think, Tweak it was. But he's already off to a hell of a start here as Nao goes down, not quite able to reach back to the ledge with the up B.
So last, I know obviously you are a coach of the game, right? So you know a lot about these playstyles for the character. To my knowledge, you know, just a general Japan playstyle thing is a little bit more on the technical side, right? I believe that Nao a little bit harder on the punish game, right? You're going to have a little bit more of those confirms, little fancier things into tipper pin, into that neutral B.
Yeah, Japan and Nao specifically love to wait for stuff like that. They sit back in neutral, they wait for you to overextend, they wait for you to make the mistake of trying to go in on them, and then they turn it around on you for your entire stock. We see Nao evening it up right there, and now he's actually taking the percent lead despite that early fall. Gets a quick little grab to put Shadic off stage. We're probably going to see not quite insta-pin on the ledge.
Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, Corins will usually try to go for that insta-pin. In Smash 4, you couldn't drop after doing the pin, but in this game, you can go for that pin, go for that 2-frame. I believe there's no double jump on Nao here, but Shadic not going to pull the trigger, instead going for that ledge trap.
Corin's so good at the ledge trap too. She has so many tools, like Nair covers both, like neutral get up and jump if you space it right. Side B will do everything you want it to if you know how to use it. And these two certainly do know how to use it correctly. There's a frame trap. This is what Corin does the best. You and I were talking about it a little bit early. She goes for those quick little true setups with Nair, forces you to air dodge, because if you don't air dodge, you're going to get hit even harder. And then once you're done air dodging, you're still going to get hit even harder.
Yeah, and Nair just kind of puts you back into that vortex, right? And then after the Nair, you're probably going to get followed up by at least one aerial, if not more, or get trapped into that same scenario, right?
But Shadic doing a fantastic job of keeping Nao at bay. Punishes hard on the maybe a little bit greedy charged F smash, sends him off stage, but they're both able to regain the center. A rapid jab from Shadic's going to give him another opportunity to get a ledge trap. And at this percent, if Nao gets hit one more time, it could be curtains.
Yeah, and that up air is so deadly. Directional air dodge forces the double jump. Not going to be able to get the punish on the ledge, but getting the punish on the pin there. The up smash out of shield. Shadic with the solid 2-stock to start this first to 5 off.
And that might be the first recorded instance of up smash working in high stakes.
Yeah, I mean,
that move just doesn't function.
Especially out of shield, right?
Yeah.
Usually when you use up smash out of shield, and look at how far to the left, but waited just a tad bit, waited for Nao to kind of drift in after that pin and was able to connect it. Usually a great anti-air, and when you use the out of shield, maybe on some situations where it's like rising aerial right on top of the shield, that's going to be the main thing here. So great stuff coming out from Shadic. And I mean, that SD obviously in the beginning going to be a very big deal for that first match. We'll see if Nao can shake it off here as we go into game number 2. It looks like might be PS2 the whole time.
We very well, it's not like either character's gonna get a stage advantage from a counter pick, but that's another thing that I like to point out that's always kind of interesting about seeing dittos between especially super high level representatives of a character. They know exactly like how much each move sucks, right?
Yeah.
So you saw Nao miss that pin, and Shadic goes, oh, I know you're gonna be stuck here for a while. Yeah. I have the time to wait for that drift in before the up smash, and then I can get the even bigger punish. And there's a little footstool dare. Shadic running away with this 80% advantage, and another one. Okay, so that one, no fluke. Shadic saying, I know my tech here. I got it on lock.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some punishes on that back air. We see a lot of Corins use back air to recover, but they are susceptible to that. And look at this. We're talking about how Nao is going to be a little bit more on the technical side, but Shadic opening up with 2 footstools into the dares, 1 out of shield, and another just a straight whip punish. Shadic showing he's got the tech on his side too.
Shadic definitely showing he's not one to be underestimated. The Land of the Rising Sun may have taken over the rankings, but he's taking over this money match. Already up a full stock, looking for a little bit more. He's not letting Neo get away with anything. It's only been like 1 hit, 2 hit, maybe a 3 hit if Neo is lucky. He's getting nothing in the advantage and nothing in the neutral.
I love that movement with the pin as well, just going for the kick away. Corrin is very slow on the ground. You have very large hitboxes, but when you create that horizontal distance, it's going to be a little harder for Corrin to go ahead and get that punish. But Neo trapping with this up air. That up air, one of the best up airs, if not one of, like, the best up air in the game. It's just so powerful. Especially on PS2, can cover every single platform tech option.
Oh no, Neo! He looked like he was starting to turn around his fortunes. He had Shadic trapped for a long time, got a high damage combo going, and then Shadic got him off stage once with a quick pin and just falling back air. You're dead.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, Neo got the ranking advantage in the Lumi ranks, but Shadic does not care about that. Still up 3 stocks to 1. Finally the pin into the kick. Neo gonna shave 1 off, but this is looking like an easy up 2-0 here advantage for Shadic.
I think it's a bad sign that it was finally just like a standard pin follow-up that Neo had to use to get that stock. Ooh. He's starting to cook now. Quick little coast-to-coast nairs and the fairs and the up airs and everything else. Like, you know, gotta let it all cook.
Yeah, and the thing about Nair, especially when you have that platform extension, right, off the full hop Nair, you do that little delayed full hop Nair and you're able to get onto the platform, get a platform reset, maybe extend it by another couple moves here. Shadic trying to stabilize as he's able to tack on about 50 damage, but that 170% string was enough, and Nail just ripping the forward smash, barely took any damage, and now kind of even things up, only 50 damage apart.
That's something I've seen from Neo too, like kind of frequently, is when he's feeling confident, he'll just let that F smash rip. It'll find its mark and he'll be able to either extend a lead by a significant amount or bring back a deficit by a significant amount. He's still got a lot more to do in this particular game though. And Shadic maybe trying to take a page out of his book, letting that F smash rip.
Yeah, and at that distance, Shadic's not going to get punished too hard, right? Took a straight fair, but as long as you're not getting hit by landing Nair, that's going to be the money maker for Corin. And there's the 2-frame. Both players were looking for that 2-frame this whole entire time, but Shadic's the first one to nail it there. That instant pin at the ledge, you get that tipper. It is so powerful.
And you see, Shadic wasn't able to get it until he set up a situation where Neo had to recover low without a double jump. When that mix potential is gone, when he can't mix up the timing of him coming back to ledge, that's when Shadic is like so confident of like, okay, I know the timing here. I know you up B low. Here it comes right now. Up B, bam.
Right on the noggin there, and that instant pin is so powerful. I mean, didn't really need that much power. You're already at 150%, but you can see right there, Neo was in that ledge grab animation, and whenever we say something like a 2-frame, what we're referring to is the 2 frames that you are at least required to snap that ledge, right? Sometimes if you don't space it right, it can be a little bigger of a window, but just a general terminology there for all the viewers at home.
Yeah, if it's absolutely spaced perfectly, it's a 2-frame window in order for the opponent who's on the ledge to get a punish. If it's spaced improperly, we'll still call it a 2-frame because we love confusing people, but it's a little bit longer than a 2-frame window.
Yeah. It's funny, I even read in a Smash 4 guidebook that they explained 2-framing in it. It was really weird.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was very surprised.
Like an official guidebook?
Official Nintendo guidebook explaining 2-frames. So, intended.
Intended mechanic, all right.
Intended mechanic.
Well, going into game number 3, Shadic currently leading 2-0. Definitely not how Neo wanted to start out this money match, but it is a first to 5. Like you've got
some room.
Yeah, you've got some room to adapt. You've got some space to make some early game mistakes, especially like that game 1 SD that got Shadic off to this much momentum.
Yeah, got the FGC vibes, you know what I mean? The first to 5s, first to 10s that you often see in the FGC.
Dude, these footstool dares are insane.
Yeah, racking up quite a bit of damage, and the stage positioning is going to be phenomenal coming out from Shadic here. And I just, here's again, just messes it up quite a bit. But having that is so important because Corin is a character that you want that landing there, right? And you go for a lot of cross-ups when you go for that kind of stuff. So when you have that footstool as an option, it doesn't matter. You don't have to question if it's, I'm surprised no up smash there coming out from Shadic. When you get that down tilt and they're right below the platform like that, you can usually combo into up smash.
Already seen a propensity to up smash from Shadic so far. Couldn't quite get into position for the insta-pin this time, and actually clanks it out the next time.
Shield break?
No, shield break this time, and you are going to pay for that with your life. Quick little pin from Shadic. His shield's starting to look a little bit low, but Neo is like, all right, take a quick trip up to the top side of the stage. get some time to recharge it.
Yeah, also going for the ledge here. Gonna get reversal on that pin kick, but Shadic willing to take the damage as long as he's not gonna lose the stock. I love that pin, the trade with the back air. Shadic still alive, holding on to the stock, the instant pin. I love that double jump air dodge. Can be a little risky, but gets back to center stage. And now Shadic gonna be able to rack up all his damage. Maybe even get the stock. Is there a double jump? Yes, but the pin is going to cover that. Still no double jump here. Can Shadic get the back air? No. Gets the tech and gets the jump!
That was like backup plan after backup plan after. Shadic was all the way down to plan Z. Like, okay, the pin doesn't work, it clanked. Okay, the back air doesn't work, I'm back on stage. How about neutral B? It might work, and indeed it does. Shadic once again out to a 2-stock lead against Nao.
Crazy awareness coming out from Shadic, like you mentioned, having plan A, B, C, and D on deck.
He's ready with everything and ready for everything, but Nao taking a quick page out of Shadic's book, getting a footstool dare of his own. I believe that's the first time he's been able to pull that off. Shadic trying to catch the tech in place with a full hop fair. I like that he's going for the mix, because like obviously Nao knows every situation with this character as well as he does. So in those spots, you're like, okay, let me throw something kind of weird at them to see if they react poorly, and then maybe I can get a little bit of extra.
And I know sometimes if you get the pin kind of spaced away, sometimes you can get a little finicky if you can true combo or not, and then you can just drop down. And fun tip, this is something Leo actually did a lot. When most players are just preemptively DIing for the kick out towards them, so most people will just tech in on just reaction because they're holding in preemptively. But man, as I'm explaining that, all right, Shadic, we're going to go on to game number 4, and I'm not going to lie, it looks like USA kind of freeing up Japan, at least in the Corin ditto.
In the Corin ditto.
At least we got something, right?
We reign supreme.
Yes, we know how to Corin ditto out here in the States, okay? Don't you forget it.
Shadic going up 3-0. He's got bracket at 1 probably. he's like, all right, let me get ready for round 2 pools. I gotta.
Thanks for the warm up, Nao. I got my pools coming up.
Stretching the shoulder. Daddy, can you go get me a Cliff Bar real quick? I gotta.
My pool's right over there, Nao. If you want to watch me and
take some notes.
I got you, bro. All right, so Nao.
Taking a moment of downtime here.
Yeah.
I would too after getting 3-0.
You're kind of getting pieced up.
The best of 5 is over. Yeah.
If this was bracket, like that's over. That's a wrap. So you're really gonna have to figure out something, because I know we were talking in the beginning. Nao is going to be more of that punish game Corin, right? As where Shadic might be more of that fundamental base, but honestly, it feels like Shadic has every card in the book right now.
And it feels like if Nao is that punish game Corin, he's not winning neutral enough to make use of it, because Shadic is just completely outclassing him in that situation. Like, Nao's getting maybe 1, maybe 2 straight hits. You see right here, the game starts off and Shadic's immediately able to put him into a position where he has to scramble, parries off of the aerial, and then is in advantage.
Another thing to note for Corin as well, one of, if not the best, run-up shields in the game, title along with Sheik as well. Not the greatest running speed, but I mean, both these characters, you're fighting up against your own disjoints, right? So that dash shield is going to be very important here. And the punish, I pointed that out earlier. When is the back air punish going to happen, right? And Shadic, just like that, Nao use the back air for recovery and just gets the clean punish on it.
Back air punish is going to happen whenever Shadic feels like it, I feel, is the answer. And he's going to continue just dominating Nao in the neutral here, forcing him to just scaredly hold shield on platform. He has no other choice. He manages to get out of that situation, but man, you were excited about it as I was, because that was a masterclass by Shadic of how to keep somebody stuck on platform.
Yeah, and I mean, just the shield pressure on the platform was so clean coming out from Shadic. Very creative, especially with the pin onto the platform, right? That's where Corin can get really crazy, even on stages like Kalos, pinning on top of the wall. Nao with some sense of control here, but just slipping away. Another set of jabs coming in for Shadic, more damage, and even utilizing that back air onto the platform. Changing up some of the timings here. Great mix-up and using the back air to zigzag left to right.
Shadic has now completely lapped Nao in percents once again on this 3rd stock. Gonna beat out the pin, has Nao falling, but not quite able to connect with the back air. The side B, not quite gonna do it either, but like this, it just feels like only a matter of time once again until this 2nd stock gets taken away from Nao. He does have full rage though, so if he manages to make use of it, he won't up throw. See ya.
Just going to go ahead and delete that rage. Shadic had a little bit of rage for himself as well. The up there still not enough. And I feel like every single game starts off with a 3-1 stock, right?
I don't think we've seen Shadic close out the 3-stock yet. Like, Neo's at least been able to get his one. But we might see it this game. Shadic 5% away from full rage. Corrin can make use of that, especially at the ledge here. That's a very, very scary spot for Neo indeed.
I don't know if Shadic's even just trying to win the set anymore. I feel like Shadic's just trying to get all the achievements, you know what I mean? Get the 5-0, that's one achievement unlocked. Are you going to get the 3-stock? He's been getting pretty close to getting some of those achievements. But
he's going for the platinum, man, and he might find it here. Neo deep off stage once more. Shadic going to go for the falling dare. I was about to say falling bear, but
no, we're trying to style, all right?
We're trying to style.
We're trying to style.
No 3-stock JV? Nope, never mind.
He was trying to earn the Dare Edge Guard achievement, all right?
That's a rare
one. Every one.
And
almost got the JV.
Well, that's the Star KO for a 3rd stock achievement.
Nice,
the very commonly known one. Shadic puts himself on set point. I did not think we'd make it here that quickly after only 4 games. Neo has, barely even taken stocks, let alone games. This is just dominant from the young Texan.
Yeah, man, just racking up all the achievements. I can just see the notifications, the Xbox notifications coming up. But up 4-0, and wow, I gotta say, it's not even close. I gotta keep it real. Gotta keep it a buck.
Neo, he's sweating in the player cam. He's trying to pull his collar out, trying to get himself, like, Shadic, give me some room to breathe, man.
It's not Big Boss versus Zomba, Battle of BC5. Not again, oh no!
But I will point out, right after Zomba took it over Big Boss at BOBC5, he then had one of the best bracket runs of his life. So we might want to keep an eye on Shadic going into the rest of singles here at Super Smash Con 2023.
Getting a huge confidence boost. I mean, this is someone that's ranked 33 on the Lumi ranks, right? And essentially your rival in contention for the best Corin in the world, and if you just free them up and then go into bracket, this could be the confidence Shadic's need going into SmashCon 2023.
There's always the discussion, like, especially when matches like this happen, like, oh, it's just a ditto, it doesn't really prove which player is better. And I agree, if it's a close contest, it doesn't really prove all that much. But when Shadic is piecing up Neo like he has been throughout this entire series, it definitely puts at least something into the discussion, right?
Yeah.
Neo, though, finally out to an early lead and takes the 1st stock.
Wow, first time ever in this 1st of 5. It is Neo taking the 1st stock. It's been Shadic, the one with all the early momentum. We'll see if Neo can actually ride this early momentum and actually get himself on the board here. This is going to be your last chance.
We've been talking up Shadic, but reverse 5-0 could be on the cards if Neo, goes absolutely insane. He's still got to get through this 1st game. Like you said, it's his final chance to even put 1 on the board, let alone 5. Let's see if he can do it here. He's getting a nice little bit of extra credit against Shadic. A quick F-throw will put him at the ledge. No insta-pin this time, though.
There's the up air, and that's one thing about this mirror. It's going to be just a little tough to really survive long because you just can't get hit by up air for so long. The dash attack here.
Evo changed you. You called it a mirror?
Yeah, sorry, man. And I love Pokemon.
Quick little down throw from Neo, going to put Shadic off stage once again. This is his chance to go up 2 stocks, but no! He gets caught jumping. Quick little fast fall up air from Shadic. Evens up the stock count, if not the percentages.
Yeah, 120% here. This is going to be really tough, especially with low rage. Any nair into up air or back air will do the trick here. But that time, rising nair. I love the down air to come down onto the ground as fast as possible. Corin, I wouldn't say on the... Definitely not a floaty, probably one of the more fast fall sword characters, but still using that down air to just get back onto the ground with no lag will be nice. Converting into the pin here, getting quite a bit of damage is Shadic.
And Neo just struggling so hard to kill Shadic. He's been at this 150+% range for over a full minute now. Up throw finally does it.
Oops.
See ya. Up to the skies. But the fact that Shadic has been able to make 81% back before Neo was able to take that stock bodes extremely well after that early 1st stock that Neo was able to take. But hang on, Neo not looking to give him a second opportunity to play like that.
Now we're seeing the conversions Neo's been known for. That second forward air was slightly delayed just to be able to have that frame advantage, the combo into that pin there. Great damage output coming out from Neo, and this is what we're seeing out from Neo. When you're able to win neutral or at least get the lead, then all of your conversions are really going to matter.
Falling up here from Shadic, going to put Neo up high, forces the air dodge. Here is those Corin frame trap, and that was excellent from Shadic.
The pin on the platform into the jump to get the shark with the up air and then trap the landing. That was phenomenal coming out from Shadic, and you gotta watch it here. The damage is important, but we've seen the damage output from both of these players. Shadic can even this up and just close it out 5-0 in no time. You gotta be really careful if you're Neo. You gotta close this out.
Shadic jumps high, he burns that double jump, but Neo's not going to punish the lack of resources. Shadic still able to neutral air dodge onto that platform. Neo keeping the pressure up, going to push him to ledge once again. Shadic having to air dodge high to get away from the back air, but they just reset the position once again. Claiming center stage is Neo. He's going to look for it right here, the pin, but he's not able to do what Shadic did to him so many times throughout this set. Catch the roll onto stage with the opposite direction pin.
Oh, pin off stage here, you gotta watch it. Okay, directional air dodge gets punished. Shadic just getting the grab. All the options and resources reset here. Catches the roll to center stage. Shadic, no! There's no way. Can you close out this edge guard here? The neutral air, oh, right into the turnaround grab. Shadic is looking clean, using the pin to reset to the ledge after not activating.
And he didn't have a jump, he lost his jump to the pin!
Shadic, you are so clean with it. That pin, just for the jump, just for the mobility to reset to the ledge on the from the stage, just so clean into that edge guard, into the pin. My God!
And if I'm not mistaken, because Shadic reset to the ledge with pin, he had the opportunity to, instead of grabbing ledge, he could have double jumped to mix positioning if Neo tried to go high. Shadic had so many options there, and it was completely reactionary to where Neo was trying to go. No matter what Neo did, I'm almost certain that Shadic would have had it covered, and he is going to take, watch this one more time. The pin onto the ledge, low pin to steal his double jump, and it was just curtains from there. Shadic very deservedly winning this first of 5-0, putting Neo to bed, getting ready to move on into the rest of bracket for singles here at SmashCon 2023. As what more can we say other than damn?
Shadic has got a bunch of tricks, and even being down in that last final game was like, you know what, I have the confidence, let me show off the rest of my tricks to go ahead and close this out 5-0 on Neo. Yeah, that stock was absolutely using the pin to get the jump there. And man, it's just wild to think that both of these players don't have that much tournament experience. I mean, Shadic a lot on the younger side, and Neo has not even been going to offline tournaments for a year, more along the side of like 8 months or so, 8 to 9 months. So Neo mainly on that Wi-Fi grind now, coming more to these offline tournaments, and it's really sick to see. And Shadic, I believe Shadic actually has more offline tournament experience, even though being younger than Neo, which is pretty wild to think about. But man,
I gotta take the opportunity to give a shout out to Shadic, Shadic's father, because that man drives that kid to everything. Like, you see them show up at a tournament and you're like, oh, how was your flight? And Shadic will always go, oh, we didn't fly, we drove. 10 hours, 12 hours,
wow,
whatever the distance is. Shadic gets Shadic to these events so that he can, put on a show like that, especially against what some people might have considered the best Corrin in the world, but maybe not anymore, especially after that 5-0 thrashing.
Yeah, shout outs to all the parents that support whatever their kid wants to do, you know what I mean? And obviously, like, that's healthy and good for them. And it's really sick to see Shadic really support Shadic in his adventure to be a top player. And man, it's definitely paying off. Shadic, doing so well at these tournaments in this 5-0. Definitely put on a show for our viewing pleasure, and it was just such a fantastic Corrin ditto. We got to see all the different tricks you can do with pin, resetting to the ledge, using it for a jump. There's so much creativity that comes with Ultimate Corrin.
Yeah, there's so much available to that character in their toolkit. It's just, it all comes down to having like an adequate pilot, right? You were talking about it a little bit before the set started. We didn't see too much Corrin at the high to top level until we saw Leo at Delfino Mazza taking sets over both Gluto, Spargo, and so many other players. And then that opened the floodgates of like, this is what a good pilot can do with the character Corrin. Create so many frame trap opportunities, space so well in neutral that everything just kind of falls into their lap. And Shadic, definitely another example of exactly that. Just a phenomenal player piloting a character with the right tools.
Right, and it's great to see Shadic and Neo. These are more character specialists piloting Corrin. Now, when we see Leo, obviously Leo, I would say Leo specialist. Leo is a sortie specialist, just a really damn good player playing Corrin, but you get to see really cool stuff with the character when the character specialists are able to finally catch up in skill level, and we're seeing that exactly with Shadic and Neo. So,
absolutely. So, one more time, congratulations to Shadic for his 5-0 victory over Japan's Neo. he is going to be moving on. You'll be able to see more of him on VGBootCamp and VGBootCamp 3. Oh, but it sounds like we're actually going to have Shadic coming over here to do a quick little interview. So do you want to take it, Chuck?
Yeah, sure.
I don't see Shadic right now, so before he makes his way over here, I'll go ahead and sign off. I've been last. You'll be able to see me later at the cosplay contest.
It's a pleasure. You're looking good with the cosplay. Good luck at the cosplay contest.
Thank you.
I know you got just the shoulder pad to finish off the Crom cosplay, right?
I took it off this morning because I was rushing to get over here to see the Corin ditto, so I got to run back to my hotel room, fix something with my cosplay, and then come back. But hopefully I'll do pretty well in the cosplay contest. I don't know. I've got some tough competition here.
Oh yes.
But
yes.
once we see the young Corin making his way over here, I'll vacate the seat. But yeah, once again, make sure you guys tune into VGBootCamp 1 and VGBootCamp 3. That's where the rest of the singles bracket will be taking place for the rest of the weekend. And make sure you tune into Top 8 tomorrow, because that's going to be that's the culmination. You know, I think the 4th biggest Smash tournament of all time. Like, you're not gonna want to miss the crowning of the champions.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy how strong SmashCon is still going. In 2023, we're like, 4 or 5 years into Ultimate. We still have 4,400 attendees. Shouts to everyone that came out to SmashCon 2023. If you've never been to a SmashCon, I gotta say, if you love Smash Bros as a series, you've got to come to this event.
You've got to come here. But speaking of people who have come over here, Shadic, it's time for the interview. I'm gonna step out of the way so that Charles can talk it.
All right, thanks, Last. All right, Shadic coming in to the cut here. All right, what up, what up?
What up?
How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. What's going on? Oh,
you gotta, it's all right. You're good on the sticks. You're good on the sticks. You know I gotta be go with the headphones just yet.
All right. Definitely not used to being here, so first time, I guess.
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
at SmashCon, like.
Right. Try to put the mic as close to your mouth as possible. There you go.
That's good, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. That's good. So, how were you feeling before the match? Did you feel any pressure or anything like that? I know dittos can be a little weird, right?
Yeah, my opinion on a ditto is so like I feel like, as you saw, both players were trying to go for the same thing. Like we were at some point we were just backing it at one point. We were just going for like far falling aerials.
Right.
And it's very just like low-key not even fun, but like once you get the hits, like kind of fun for the person that's like getting the hits. When you're getting hit, it's not fun because obviously it's Corin, you can't land or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, beforehand I did a lot of preparation. I had actually played Nail at Battle BC in friendlies.
Oh, okay.
And so I realized more so what his playstyle was, and I feel like it's definitely more so like advantage oriented. As you saw, he did like 0 to 70s on me like so consistently
with the platform extensions.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, wow, I can't air dodge any of this. Like I know very well, but I would say just like the matchup, I know it more because I was theory crafting more so, and I was just playing more like grounded and like passive, which is basically what like Corin's like weakness is, I guess so. Because if you're not like interacting with her, then like you gotta force her to interact, and like that she's not like the best. She doesn't really start these situations like on her own. She's more the bait and punish character,
Right, exactly.
So I was looking for parries. I was looking for any opening I could, which is not easier said than done, but I did it. So.
Yeah, and I feel like when you're Corin, you generally want to be in the air more. You have so many crazy aerials you want to swing, but you had great grounded discipline there. I got to ask, how much money was on the line?
Honestly, I don't even know if it was confirmed or not. But if it was confirmed, what they offered was 400 to 500.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Okay, so if that happened,
getting
I'm
some bread
cool with that. But yeah.
All right. Some nice bread on the line. How are you feeling for the rest of your singles bracket? I know what kind of matchups are you projected to play against? I don't know if you do any like pre-bracket setting.
I definitely do. I've been doing it. I have to play phase 2. I already played phase 1 yesterday, and right now at 2 o'clock, I believe, I play Carflo Leroy into TM7 Zap, and in phase 3 I play Jacko and Karama. I beaten Jacko before, 1-1 in sets right now. However, I just pretty much had to play clean. Karama, I played him at Ludwig's, and that did not go so well.
Okay.
But I've practiced the matchup with a bunch of Marios, and I played it more times in bracket. So I'm pretty sure I'm a lot like more clean. Like I'm ready for it more so. So
nice.
And I'm pretty good friends with him, so I hope we play each other.
Damn, that sounds cool. So with Corin kind of on the rise, I know you and Neo have been doing well. Leo kind of brings out Corin here and there for specific matchups. How do you feel like Corin falls into this current Fighter Pass 2 meta?
It's okay. Fighter Pass 2, honestly, I think she does pretty well. I think Steve, like at
doable?
best, yeah, definitely doable.
Right.
Aegis, I think Aegis might be
That sounds
it's
tough.
one of the bad ones. Yeah. It's that one and Sephiroth that can be bad, but if you do it right, which is explaining how to do it right is a lot, but it's definitely doable. You know, I've taken some Aegises, and there aren't that many that Sephiroths, but it's just like once you play the matchup more, like, and you abuse Corrin's strengths, like she definitely does them like well. Min, it's like I don't have that much experience, but it's definitely annoying. But like, there are ways to get around the arms and ways to like punish her like for her weaknesses. Who else is on the list? I mentioned Steve. Did I mention Steve?
Yeah,
oh yeah, Steve.
Doable.
Sora, who cares? I'm pretty sure it's even, whatever. But and I think there's one more, but I don't know. Oh, Kazuya. How can I forget?
I feel like you can play a keep away game and edge guard him, right?
Essentially, like, people always say like Kazuya's disadvantage is really bad, but there's only like a few characters that can actually punish him, and I think Corin is definitely one of them.
Nice,
like you just frame trap Kazuya for like ever, and like you do your job, like of comboing and frame trapping, like you should be good. So I think she's pretty well in the middle, like, honestly.
Yeah, so do you feel very confident going forward? You know, we are in the tail end of Ultimate's meta. We don't know, maybe another game might come out sooner, who knows, right? But we're definitely in that tail end of the meta where everyone's really figuring out their characters.
Yeah.
How confident do you feel going forward in the meta, just solo maining Corrin?
I do feel pretty confident. I think it is tasking at times, like the amount of like work I do have to put in, but I always like think like back to like what she's good at, and I always find a way to like find, like, whenever things go wrong, I always find a way to blame it on myself, and I always have had that mentality, so I never thought like it's Corrin's fault or anything. I think it's just like normal stuff that pretty much every character should go into unless you're broken. Now, yeah, pretty confident.
So as a younger player that's been on the come up, has had a lot of success, do you have any advice to any other younger players that are trying to aspire to become one of the best players in the world like yourself?
I would say practice a lot, try to play good players, ask for advice. Most top players are definitely willing to help you out. Try to focus on your weaknesses. Like, don't try to like just do one thing and do it over and over again.
Don't double down on your strengths?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Because people that like are really good at like neutral and like punishing your disadvantage, like they're gonna make it like known.
The higher you get, the easier it is for top players to find those weaknesses and just like tear them apart, right?
And also, like, if your parents don't support you, that is unfortunate, but I don't know, like, my dad supports me. I'm really happy about it. He's the best.
Shout out to Daddy.
Yeah, I love him so much. And, well, just whatever opportunities you do get, try to make the most of it, essentially. Yeah.
There you go. Did you have any shout-outs you want to go for before we end the interview?
Shout-outs to my dad, my family, my friends.
All right.
My socials, I guess, Twitter at Shadic_. I don't stream
Shout them out.
I don't stream as much anymore, but my Twitch is just Shadic. I do occasionally, sometimes, you know, turn into a Fall Guys streamer. That game is so triggering. But yeah, I'm also trying to get into YouTube. I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough. The transition, because you're also trying to put so much time into becoming a better player as well, right? So that balance is very tough. But nonetheless, Shadic, congratulations on the 5-0, and I hope you can carry that momentum through the rest of the singles bracket, and I hope you also outplay Snail too, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to toss it over to a quick break. We got some more Smash Bros. Action coming at you guys later.